came back from Latvia, where last week he led 500 LGBT community members in one of their first Pride parades, Baltic Pride. He had sticks, stones, and eggs thrown at him, and he came back with a message for me. And I'd like to read that for you now, if I can get my iPhone working. All right, he writes, "Dear Patrik, our community is angry, and very unfortunately, some in our community spotted an easy-to-identify target that would give this anger higher publicity, a cheap shot in reality. Targeting Stoli was extremely misplaced and antithetical to the very premise of these organizers' stated cause of the boycott call. At the end of the day, Stoli is one of the few hopeful business community hands that our LGBT brothers and sisters in the Baltic region have to hold on to. There's a whole world outside of Russia that needs our help. Latvia is a small nation and Riga is a small capital. The LGBT community is fragile there at best, and any negative economic impact to Stoli outside of Russia, which is a separate vodka than what you buy in Russia, will result in the neo-Nazi politicians publicly blaming local LGBT purely for political gain of these Latvian and gay nationalist parties. I, Stuart Milk, am afraid it would even result in the loss of life. The Baltic region has the highest youth suicide rate in the European Union. I have reached out to as many business leaders in cities and markets as we have the capacity to do with this message. The only thing a Stoli boycott will accomplish is a very misinformed and misguided attack on an ally to LGBT people and creating a huge setback of the entire LGBT community in Latvia. As we have no connection to Stoli and never have been a recipient of Stoli support in any way, this will change. This will change. The Harvey Milk Foundation should be seen as an unbiased and just voice in this unfortunate situation. I will be looking at going on the broadcast shows if this totally off-base targeting of Stoli were to continue or back up steam. Let me know. If there's anything more I can do, keep your head high and keep hope alive. Stuart, he just texted me a moment ago, and Cleve, who I admire so much, was yelling at me and said, "Hold your head high, Patrik." We have so much power in this community. Look at this. But it's so important that in our haste to do the right thing, we do not shoot ourselves in the foot by not getting the facts right. Look at me, I'm half a drag queen. I'm traveling the country right now doing our most original Stoli Guy competition, which is meant to look for young leaders of America and uplift them. And it's given me the opportunity to speak to communities around the country. I flew back, they let me come back, so that I could be with my community today and tell you, my company, SBI outside of Russia, wants your advisement. Tell me, Patrik Gallineaux, where my company should put their money, whether it's aid for brothers and sisters in Russia, whether it's getting them out, whatever, ACT UP, whatever you guys want to do, my company is better poised to help than anyone.
Excellent! Change that the raw products are not bought in Russia. It's a trade embargo we must have. So it's not about just distilling it, it's about where the raw products come from. That helps the Russian Federation.
And I am aware now, aware. When the government took the company, the one thing the company was able to hold on to was the same farm that has been there for decades. And we need to be proud of what comes from Russia. It's Russian people themselves who are being disenfranchised. That farm needs to stay for a time when Russia has the same rights that we're beginning to enjoy today. That farm stands.
Bring the rights to your employees, please.
Bring the
rights to your employees in Russia and in Latvia.
Absolutely. And the CEO of my company, if he goes back to Russia, he will be thrown in jail. We're at war with the Russian government. We are at war because they stole our company. So anything I can do to send a message back to my company, but boycotting is not the right thing. Let us take our resources with the advisement of the community and make change. And thank you all so much for your passion. That's what the Stoli brand is actually about. So,
Hear, hear!
Thank you.
Yeah, but I've been on the Gallineaux email list, and